Morning, Crow. Hope everybody's doing good. Crow, I need you to take the steerage, man. I'm exhausted. Hope AD's out there doing good. Tom Schub, I see you playing. Lauren Shea. Somebody get Tracy Lynn up here. I can give her some more info so you can get extra credit on that pursuit of that bachelor's degree. Yeah. Let's do a little cooking with man Zack, and we'll listen to Carrot Pigeons Blues while everybody gathers around for the assembly. Send out the carrot pigeons! Man, we're tired. Julie's having surgery. She had surgery. She should be out of surgery now. They had to remove her gallbladder. Pull my monitor up, see who's here. This might be my best song. Still sober, haven't had a drink. Max and Mildred are up here. Let me show you. Oh, they're going under the cabinet. They like to go under the cabinet. I'll show you. They like to go underneath there. There's Max. That's Max. They have babies now. I have 2 babies finally. I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm so happy. Finally 2 babies. They're doing good. Shouldn't smoke in the kitchen. It's my kitchen. I do whatever I want. I don't know how to smoke without getting shit in the food. Hi, Max. I absolutely love these pigeons. They're so nurturing for self-personal development and the spirit. So beautiful. Yeah, the angel spirits have been trying to tell me for a year about the passenger pigeon, okay? Early in the program, almost a year and a half ago, I started talking about send out the carrier pigeons. I started talking about carrier pigeons. I don't know why, but it led to a big discovery. Yeah, big discovery. Oh, 7 eggs? I'm like at 130 pounds. Yeah, I lost 20 pounds in the last 3 weeks. What do you think, Mildred? Huh? What are you thinking? I hope everybody's doing good. And I hope you're getting something out of my Asshole 101 class that I invented 2 years ago. Yeah, it's always been the Asshole 101 class, but now we're into the real class. with the thing about the personal development and spiritual growth, focusing on using a journal as a tool to become powerful. If not in your home, if not just your home, your community. Yes. Yes, I'm trying to do everything I can to give people an idea of some things to consider to enhance their life so they can obtain a little piece of that happiness every day. Yeah, that smile on your face, and when you look forward to going home instead of dreading going home because everything you have is hand-me-down junk and you live in a dumpy house because there's no nice houses to afford and all that, you know. I found the fountains. Yeah, I did. I found the magic to share with people. And I'm so thankful to have you guys to be part of that. Yeah, I am. So we got our red pink sea salt, our black pepper. See, the thing is, you know, as you're exploring your mind and yourself and the things that hurt you and broke your heart, or getting over the lingering, you know, trauma from, you know, being raped or molested or you know, the variety of abuses a person endures. You know, your journal's your best friend. You can shed your tears on your journal's shoulder. Yeah. And you know, like it says, you know, not to beat on the Bible, but it says in the Bible, get your house in order. And that really is the key, you know, to being able to be part of society, to help. You know, when you gain control of your household, like this, for instance, when you come home with your groceries, rather than just to stuff them in the fridge and go back to watching, you know, Last Kingdom, you know, my favorite show, you know, rather than to throw everything in the cupboards and in the fridge, you know, you got to think ahead as you're processing it, because that saves you from a huge amount of work through the week. Yeah, I mean, you can't find time to do anything, and you can never figure out, you know, when you can take time off and have vacation and enjoy the Harley you bought. You know, it's about becoming efficient, because your home is a business. This home economics, it's a business. And the more efficient you can run your business, the more money you'll have in your pocket, the more time you'll have to make extra money, or take vacations, or enjoy your time, you know, care for your car that paid you $600 a month, you know, and it looks like crap because you don't have time to keep up with the cleaning and all that, because the world is out there stealing our time, tantalizing us with all this nonsense on the TV all the time. They've been doing it for 60 years, and they have it down to a science. Yeah, all of America. And what people in America don't understand is America's like a big ship. Let's say America's a fleet of ships, and we're all on those ships. Well, the captains and the officers, while we're busy, you know, trying to figure out how to patch the holes in the ship to keep the ship from sinking, you know, fix the bilge pumps and figure out what we're going to make out of the potato skins, because we're running out of food and can't throw the potato skins away. You know, the captains and the officers have all jumped ship and abandoned us, and we're all going to die. Yeah, and see, we're preoccupied with so many little stupid little things, and the gossip and the arguments, and Bruce Jenner and Meghan Markle's socks and all this stuff, that we've been blinded by our own selves, you know. And through journaling, you can help pinpoint what you should be paying attention. You know, think of yourself as a machine, and you know, you're a high performance piece of machinery. There's magic in your mind. They have no clue about what the mind is capable of. You astral projection, telepathy, and all that. I've experienced all that, and there's all that up in your mind. But you know, when you found, you know, when you got to the edge, you could finally have sex and you could get high, you know, move away from you afford yourself to be able to move out of mom and dad's house so you could do what they want, but out of their sight, you know, you thought you had it all figured out. And there's way more to it. That's just a couple of bells and whistles to distract you from the real prize. Yeah, I found it. You guys have witnessed, you've watched me. And the fact that I documented everything for the last 2 years, my personal rehabilitation of myself, and all the dangerous things I've been talking about and researching, you know, without that 2-year history of me showcasing myself, little did I realize, that's my backup defense when they try to lock me up and just dismiss me from society's view to not be heard by claiming I'm schizophrenic. You see? So that 1984 thing, just like in 1984 where they had that something 101, and that's why, you know, I use that 101, because that's a throwback to that book, 1984. So they rearranged my brain to force me to comply on paper by putting schizophrenic on there. And now they can't arrest me for anything until I threaten somebody or do something bad, which you guys know I would never do. But until I do something like that, they don't have any other reason to arrest me and incarcerate me and beat me down to steal money from me by running me through the legal system. But they can keep throwing me in the psych ward. Yeah, they can come in the middle of the night when nobody's paying attention and sweep me quietly out of the building, and I have no advocates to protect me. I'm scared for my life right now to even leave the house. I am. Yeah, because I don't want to give a reason to arrest me. You know, the license thing. If anybody out there, I asked Lauren Shea if she would write a letter for me. I have all the things taken care of. All I need now to get my driver's license reinstated is I need 3 to 6 letters from people that support me, that know me, that can vouch for me, so that they'll reinstate my driver's license and I'll be legal. Because I don't want to be illegal. You know, I'm not thumbing my nose at the law or anything like that. I want to be a law-abiding citizen in, you know, the eyes of the Creator, mostly. You know, man's laws are, you know, the thing with man's laws is, you know, I'm up against correcting some of that, in essence, is what it is. So I'm fighting the corrupted lawmaking that's taken place over the last, all of our lives, when they you know, like with me, when I was a kid, they sold us the partier lifestyle, and in social settings, it was always a conversation thrown out there about everybody wants to be cool, you know. So all of us kids, well, that was our focus. We wanted to be cool, so that we would be accepted by people around us and have friends. So they used psychology and psychiatric information, education, to manipulate us with those human traits, you know, our social needs. I'm doing everything I can to protect you guys. I'm not asking you to buy my book and all that stuff and beat you down and make you ask you to buy my tracks. You guys know that. I'm not here for your money. I'm here to help you protect your money and your family, because you're being beaten down. There's a war going on, like that border thing. You know, the border thing, they want us paying attention to the Mexican border so that everybody's outraged, so they can keep manipulating our money on paper, with laws and stuff. But the thing is we need to be thankful for those migrants, because the migrant labor, those guys are familiar with agriculture. They know about the dirt, they know about the pestilence and the diseases and stuff, because we do have a food crisis worldwide, especially in America, but it's being hid and secreted away with the smoke screen, with the drug operation, because anybody out there who's had drugs and alcohol in their life knows that you get a better high when you have an empty stomach. And when you're drinking and drugging, you don't want to eat. First of all, it takes money away from the dope. So you got the whole nation, you know, sacrificing their nourishment in place of their, you know, natural traits of search for intoxicants, that's hiding and concealing the crisis that is really there. You know, I'm not one of these guys that's always going, oh, there's a crisis, there's a crisis, there's a crisis. But I've been doing research, and I've located and isolated the reality. You know, that Nielsen's ratings thing fell into my lap, and all this time I keep getting messages about the pigeons, carrier pigeons, carrier pigeons, carrier pigeons. And see, I was focusing on the Nielsen ratings and isolating it with the stuff that happened in the 60s when they killed Kennedy. But all that, those capitalists that are not in favor of protecting the environment and natural resources and waiting for all the animals to become extinct so they can go harvest the ore that's in the ground that they're surviving on, you know, they're tied directly from the extinction of the passenger pigeon. So we focus on the MRC and the Nielsen's ratings, and then we look at the passenger pigeon and all the people that were not in favor of the ESA back in 1914 when the pigeons went extinct, ties in with World War II. So we have to look for relationships between all the capitalists that were involved in the extinction of the pigeon, you see, the white guys. Yeah, those white guys everybody's talking about. Well, it's the chief capitalist families that were involved with the primary involvement in the slavery operation, you see. And they emancipated the slaves, and what they did was, it was a bad thing because they didn't take into consideration that the slaves didn't have a family heritage to base their existence on. They didn't have a great grandma and grandpa that was in their life to give them the knowledge so that they could compete and survive. Yeah. And now they created the problem. And we have to figure out how to fix it. We can't have a nation full of unhappy people. You know, that's not what America was about. It was supposed to be the great melting pot and unification and our, you know, a step towards the utopia. Well, I think I found some of those answers to achieve that. Yeah, I think I did. Anyway, who's out there? Is anybody talking to me, or are you just patiently listening to me because I'm so entrancing and full of information? Crib, I hope you're doing good, buddy. Haven't really had a chance to talk to you lately to see how you're doing. But I care a lot about you. I don't want to see you have another stroke. I'm trying to nurse you with my demonstration. You know, I'm trying to be your friend the way I should be. You know, I'm ministering. You know, and it's not about beating people down with the Bible and religion and God. It's about giving them some of the, you know, I'm giving you the crash course. You know, like when I teach people how to play guitar, I show them how to play so that they'll want to keep playing. I give them enough information to where they can play a little bit and feel like they can play the guitar. So I'm taking the lessons from the Bible, condensing them, and pinpointing directly, repeatedly it says in the Bible to write. You know, and repeatedly it says, if you put yourself in the right frame of mind and care for yourself and do some inside focus and inside healing, you know, I will give you words. Yeah. I'm not a church person. I never was. So I don't want to lose any of you guys with all that. Because I know there's a lot of people out there, you know, the thing, you know, like with the, you know, the pagan thing, you know. It's, the pagans weren't like a godless thing. They utilized nature and cherished, you know, they had a different name for God is all, you know. And the church that was in charge being, you know, the capitalists that were dictating the people to manipulate them at the time didn't approve of the way they went about it, you know. It's like cutting up garlic. Everybody's got a different way of doing it, but the dish still turns out the same. Yeah. But it's also lovemaking when you're cooking, when you're making a church company. They want to ask me how the patches worked. Didn't work. That's how they worked. So anyway, inside I'm concealing my desperation from my fellow man. I'm doing everything that I can, that's within my power, to give them the things that they're searching for that nobody's pointing out to them to find. Because first of all, it's like keeping a logbook and keeping a journal. Writing down how many times your kid said a nasty word. They don't want you to be, it's not in their favor for you to have a book and write that down. Because at the end of the week, when you go over it with them, they're not going to want to hear that type of thing. It's not in their favor. It's for you. It's your source of power and strength. When you go into a job with a logbook, the customer wants to see it, that you're paying attention, writing stuff down that you need, lets them know you're in control, lets them know your authority there. And it also tells them that you're keeping track of things, you're keeping a record, that they're being recorded. It's a visual demonstration that's been made in public that they are being recorded, because there's laws saying, well, you can't record your conversations and this and that. Well, yeah, you can. With your pad and your paper and your pen. Yes, you can. That's what everybody around you is doing. All the people you have to pay money to, that's called, they keep a book, they keep a logbook, a journal, so they can analyze it. And if you're not, back to that high performance machinery, when you have when my Harley Davidson starts acting up, I need a diagnostic report. I need the machine to tell me something. Well, luckily for me, there's a digital recording device in the thing that tells me which components are messing up, so that I can focus and pinpoint exactly which one and get it in repair. So without the diagnostic report, I can't do anything but a total teardown and a complete inspection, and that's costly, you see. So the idea is to save yourself time, to create wealth. Well, you can't create any kind of wealth, spiritual, intellectual, material, financial. You can't create any of that if you don't have a book. Yeah, you got to be a bookie. Yeah, it's about being a bookie. And being a bookie's cool. Yeah, the ultimate, you're a mob boss. You're in charge. You call the shots. Okay? I'm giving you gold here. Nobody's out there offering this to the public. That financing thing. You go and you get something and you get it on financing and they approve everybody, and you do it that way because you can't afford to buy it outright. Well, they know that you don't keep a record because 80% of the population doesn't keep any records or keep the receipts or follow through with their warranty information. So they know they're going to get $2,000 out of you for the $600 that you thought you were only spending. So you're allowing yourself to be raped. Yeah. It's just like day rape. That when you manipulate somebody, back to the poker thing, playing poker with somebody, you get them drunk and you learn their tells, and then you figure out how to take their money from them. That's what it is. It's not a social game for having fun and family entertainment. It's a con man's game. Yeah. Grifters and all that. Yes. People make big money driving around hustling people for poker games. Forever they've been doing it. Yeah. Trying to clear the air so you can see through the smoke what to shoot at. Yeah, because they're firing bullets. And the battlefield that you don't realize you're on is full of smoke. And you can't see who to shoot. You're going to kill me for these things I'm sharing. I've got 5 years left. I'm desperate for a few people to pick up the ball, because soon it's going to be too late to reverse any of the damage. And we all will have chips in our arms, and they'll have electronic devices on your house. You can't get out of your house without doing something special. Yeah, that big brother thing, you might have to communicate through the TV and see if you're mentally stable enough to leave the house. Yeah, don't fuck with me here. I'm the visionary. Yeah, if people don't do what I'm talking about, there will be socialism. It'll be welfare across the board. And everybody can sit back on their ass and live in their pigsty house and smoke their dope and do their stupid shit, molest their kids, rob from their wife. It'll be madness. I hope Tracy Lynn's out there. I helped her get an A+ on her sociology paper to get her biology, her bachelor's degree in something very special and relative. Yeah, I shared with her the very information that I'd been learning since the Nielsen ratings thing dropped in my lap. I gave her my nutshell so as not to overload her. I gave her a nutshell of the details and a list, and she utilized that material, and she got an A+. So that right there gives me plenty of validation for myself that I can continue without fear that, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong and make a fool of myself? And then everybody kind of backs away because nobody wants to do that. It's embarrassing to make a big mistake, especially worldwide. You go down in history as being the biggest dumbass ever. I'm taking big risks. And Paul wants to throw all that delusions of grandeur shit. Yeah, because he wants to minimize me as the peon young 18-year-old drunk kid who, you know, would work cheap and was the miracle boy who could do anything. All that stuff everybody else said couldn't be done. Yeah. He wanted to judge me on what I was when he started working with me. They don't want to reassess me and give me any credit for my accelerated development. Yeah, and that's fine, because my big fuck you to Paul is continuing my work and succeeding. Yeah. I thrive on hatred and the mocking and the name calling. I thrive on that. Yeah, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I can't do something. I know when I'm wrong. I know when I'm off the page. I know when I'm lacking materials. And right now what I'm lacking is an assistant. Yeah, an assistant. I don't have any assistants. I'm doing all this by myself. And the thing is my ship in life is sinking. I've got no business caring for anybody else. No, I don't. I should be selfish and say fuck Facebook and fuck the world. It's been aggravating and stressful enough feeling like I wasted 2 years of my life talking to the public and only having 190 people in my group that only 10 of you talk to me. Yeah. You know, I'm giving you something that you're uncomfortable with receiving because there's no one in the world that's offering you the genuine love that I'm offering. I understand that. And I'm hoping that if just one of you out there picks up on it to save your family and give your kids the background they need. I'm not trying to tell people what to do at all. I'm trying to offer people what they need to do. The basics. Back to the thing. Every time anybody cooks any meal, they got to look at the directions on the package. For everything. Ramen noodles, every time. Look on the package. Make rice? Every time. We're going to package. They made us all idiots. They did. They did it with the TV. It's kind of like a skunk. Okay? A skunk can't smell its own stink. Yeah, well, we're at the point where we can't smell our own stink because we've been bred over the past 60 years to not be able to smell it, not be able to recognize it. But it's there. Everybody else can smell it, but we can't. Cat piss in your house, you got a bunch of cats, you go to somebody's house, got a bunch of cats, and the frickin' ammonia smacks you in the face like a ton of bricks, but the people living there don't smell anything? Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, Nielsen's ratings, Media Ratings Council, passenger pigeons, Kennedy, World War I. They're all related. Okay? They made a big split. Let me tell you a little something. I went to night school. I dropped out of school because of family displacement and things. And I've always been educating myself on my own. I studied psychology for fun, just so I could better understand my friends and family and self. And I've got some scientific background, got some medical background. I'm the guy you want around when there's a disaster. Yeah, I know how to deal with you to get you to the hospital in one piece so I could save your life. Yeah. Now, I don't want you to think I'm anybody great. I'm just telling you, I got all the tools that we need to survive. I grew up in the country. Yeah. I learned about the dirt. It's my first plaything. Yeah, I should be sitting behind a big fat desk, getting about $250,000 a year for petering my ideas into a group of morons who don't know what to fucking do with it. I feel like in my heart that I'm doing the most important thing that I could be doing in my life right now in this day. And I feel like I've been here before. Yeah, that's how I feel. I can feel it. I can feel my spirit. When I sobered up, I could hear the angels. My hair's standing up right now. When I was laying in bed and I was contemplating, because I'm always contemplating, my mind is always working, you guys know that. I'm laying in bed and I'm thinking, and I was thinking about the pigeons. Before I got these pigeons, I was going to, when I wanted to go to the Regional University and get my biblical and theological degree, bachelor's degree, to become officially recognized on pig paper that, you know, that I'm bona fide and have something valid to say and contribute and maybe even possibly be that guy. Yeah, we don't know unless somebody examines what I've been fucking saying. Yeah, I don't get my ideas from the TV, but I'm laying in the bed and I'm thinking about the deal that my experience with running into the, you know, the angels stopping me from this pursuit. Okay, my personal verbal commitment that I made in the air in the room was enough confirmation of me basically, you know, in a way, devoting myself to God, in essence, by wanting to become a preacher, officially. And that was enough. Just that alone. I didn't need to go to school. They didn't want me to go to school. That's a waste of my time. There's an emergency. I don't have time to go to school. I've already got my education. So I'm thinking about the pigeons and the passenger pigeons and everything I learned about it. And then I was laying in bed and I was thinking about the pigeons, the carrot pigeons and all that. And that was at the point when I realized about the passenger pigeon. And I was like, the passenger pigeon. And as soon as I said that, when I made that verbal acknowledgement that I understood the message, that was the focus, a wash of energy flowed through me, tingling and a magical tingling energy through my back and neck and up through my scalp and everything. And they were giving me confirmation. Yes, they were saying. Okay? I've had many, many ghost story experiences, I could tell. And I know what confirmation is. Yes, I do. And that made me focus on learning more. And when I learned about how the slavery and the extinction and the carrier pigeon use in the war, and how, you know, they won the war because they had a big success, or saved a bunch of people's lives because of the carrier pigeon, Cherami. And there's a big story about Cherami. But see, they erased the pigeon from our attention because that was the red flag about the capitalist fuck up with raping the nature in our nation, you know, beating down the Native Americans and the lumber and the logging industry, opening up all the creeks and streams and rivers to get the sunlight to kill all the fish and all that. Okay, there's a big disaster. We're in a lot of trouble. Something very, very, very bad is going to happen very soon. Yes. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for the you know, the acknowledgement that you're out there and the proof that you still haven't cracked a book. Yeah. You're going to find out when it's too late to be my friend. You're going to find out that I was that guy that you would have wanted to been in the pocket of. Yeah. My family. Right now, you act like an ungrateful redhead stepchild. Yes. You don't want to give me any credit for anything. You want to see me for what your opinion is of me. Like I said, you know, I'm offering forgiveness to people. You can come and help me. Or, when I get tired of it, I just lump everybody up in a pile and destroy them all. You know, right now I'm offering people to forgive the trespasses against me and help me put the fire out. But you ain't got sense enough to see it because you want to play pansy politic nonsense name-calling games. Yeah, he's a Democrat. It's because of the Democrats. It's because, yeah, it's because, that's just like saying it's because of the niggers. It's the same thing. And it ought to be outlawed. Yeah, when I have my way, it will be outlawed. And you'll be heavily fined. Yeah, and all the good people, yeah, will be rewarded. We'll give them some nice things. Yeah, the snitches. Yeah, brand new Harley. Pretty tantalizing. Yeah, all you gotta do is be good to get a brand new Harley. Yeah, and all you pricks, tell you what, if you got any sense in your head, anybody out there, again, I'm gonna pitch the U.S. Army. If you got any brains, you think you're smart, you might want to get involved in the Army right now, because pretty soon they're going to be a heavy campaign of recruiting. Right now there's a recruiting issue, and I'm going to be a hero. Yeah, for getting involved with recruiting for the Army. Yeah, that's a reality that's possible. Because when disaster hits, it's going to be the Army that comes in to save the day. You're goddamn right. Yeah, yeah, the reserves and all that. Oh yeah, and you're not going to want to be entry level because again, when I have my way, you're going to be pulled landfill duty. Yeah, with all them corporate pricks that we isolate and pinpoint. They're all going to be out there stripped of their finances, stripped of their wealth, living in poverty, borderline poverty status, just enough is plenty kind of thing. And they're going to be working landfill duty. Yeah, and we will be instilling the death penalty for bullshit. Yeah, all these capitalists who get in trouble. Oh, well, you know, I don't want to go to prison for 25 years for doing what I'm doing. So let's work on some laws with my uncle who's a corporate attorney, trying to lackadaisical, lighten up the laws a little bit. Because I know eventually I'm going to get busted, and I'm too big of a sissy to do my time and acknowledge that I'm a fuck-up. And I was a greedy bastard who just wanted to destroy people's lives for my own personal gains. Fuck the animals. Fuck the planet. Let somebody else's kids clean up the mess. Don't fuck with me. Yeah, and again, I'm the teacher here. Yeah, I'm the teacher. And that's why you're here, because you're learning something. Yeah, I know how to deal with trolls and children. I'm a good father. Yeah, you know why? Because I want to be. Yeah, you can be anything if you want to be. Yeah, if you want to be sober. Yeah, if you want to be sober, I've got the tools and the power to give you to stay sober. Yeah, I'm going to be famous someday, probably. I don't know. When my subconscious has been telling me ever since I was a little boy that I'm going to be in history books. And I was dead 6 times. I killed myself 6 times. Yeah, and I'm here still living for a reason. I'm about to rock this whole world. They're reading my shit in Hong Kong right now. Yeah, let me show you. Want to poo-poo me, delusions of grandeur. Here we got my blog. Okay, here's my blog. 92 views today. This month, 624. Last month, only 117. Yesterday, it was 340 some odd. And so let's go look at the statistics. Yeah, so we look at the statistics here. So here's the statistics. 359 from other. Go down here. It tells me Firefox is the primary computer the software they're using. Tells me Linux 343, so it's Microsoft and Linux. Here's a map here. Russia's even reading my stories. Hong Kong, 342 views in Hong Kong, reading my shit. And you know why that's significant? That's evidence right there in your face, because a lot of our capitalist interests are Hong Kong related. That's right. You don't know who I am. I don't even know who I am. Yeah. You know why? Because I'm in control of my ego. It's like the hospital incident. The hospital incident directly related to you losing all your catfish in the catfish pond. Okay? I go up to the hospital and they're going to treat me like a guy that they can push around a little bit, like I'm just like the rest of the Americans who want somebody else to do all their work for them. Yeah, slavery. Yeah, so they go in there and they start pushing my old lady around when she's not in the mental capacity to be able to contribute to the conversation or the activity, the financial transaction. I let them know I'm in charge. I want to see the receipt. I want to see what you billed for. Why you're running the bill before you even are diagnosing her. And then they find out she's dying of kidney failure. And then they find out that her gallbladder's got to be removed. But they already run the bill and ran a copay on her. Now they're going to run a bunch more copays on her. Don't fuck with me. My brain is working 100 times more than anybody else's. They're going to kill me. I can't wait. Yeah, looking for somebody else to do their work for them. Yeah. See, I'm reinventing the team. Yeah, it's a tween. There's no I in team. But there certainly is a silent W in there who's been pushed around too long. Yeah, because he's got that funny point in the middle. Oh, yeah, and all you fucking pansies in the United States, all your name calling and pointing out people's differences because you're so insecure with your own self subconsciously that you're a bum. You don't fucking do nothing for yourself. Yeah, the truth hurts. But only your friends are going to give it to you. I don't need to go out of my way to look for reasons to beat you up. No, I don't want to have to beat anybody up. Nobody learns anything from it. I was beaten all my life. I could take you down in a fucking second. Don't think twice about it if I ever had to. But I want you to come to that door for me. Because I ain't just going to take you down. I'm going to kill you. That's right. So don't you provide me with the opportunity. Because I mean business. I got kids on this planet. Yeah, that hate my guts. This is for them. Yeah, it's for my kids. And for anybody else who cares about their kids. Yeah, I love my kids. I love my kids. Yeah, well, fucking fix yourself then. Yeah, don't bullshit me. I'm not here for bullshit. And I ain't here with no sob stories either. I got a ton of sob stories. If you read my book, you'd get some education out of it, if you could read. You know, when these people run around through life who somebody gave them a label to, and they use it as a crutch, an excuse not to ever do anything. Yeah, and you should have been a little embarrassed, copping out in the construction business when you hurt your shoulder and dumping the business on me, which was great for me because I worked the same amount of hours I did with you, if not less, and made all the money. Yeah, Doug Bama got the Builder of the Year award for my cabinet installations. Yeah, and Pete came and told me about it with Doug, and they poo-pooed it. They threw it in my face after the realtor had come and given me a big hug, thanking me. Yeah, for selling all those houses for him with my little minimal communication that I'm an intelligent motherfucker and I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was just a little awards banquet because I built so many houses. Yeah, well, why wasn't I invited? Because the award was mine for my cabinet installations. Not because you bought the cabinets, but because I properly represented the product through my professional install that you trained me how to do. So you should fucking be proud as fuck of me. Yeah. You're lucky that I'm in a fatherly capacity that wants you in the realm here. Otherwise, I'd get the fuck rid of you and turn into an asshole like everybody else and shut you out of my life. But you're part of my crew that I'm trying to work with. And if you can't take the fucking beat down, the ass chewing, when you got it coming, then you don't deserve any respect. I'm here to make a team. Delusions of grandeur. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I'm the one doing the educating. Who in your life is educating you? No one. You sit in front of the TV and listen to a bunch of bullshit, chase the cops around and try and beat the cops down. Well, that's like shooting fish in a barrel. They didn't get trained in proper upbringing either. And let me tell you a little something. Every time I have the opportunity to have some police in my area, I school them. Every time. I learn an immense amount of stuff from police officers. And I have a huge amount of respect given to me from police officers. Bob Houston's in our group. Bob Houston. Yeah, he's a police chief. Yeah. He respects me enough to be part of the group. Listen to me, my delusions of grandeur. Yeah. We are having an emergency. And nobody wants to do the work. They don't want to do the assignment. They don't want to read the book. They don't want to do the homework. They're waiting for somebody else to do it all. Yeah, well, you know, making us cherish the packaging. Collector's cups, okay? Making everybody a corporation. So what the corporations did was all the damage and the stuff that they're liable for, they diluted that liability by passing it on to everybody else, which is the government. Yeah. The very government that's funding them, that's helping them. So it's a great big fugazi, and you're letting them get away with it. Beating up cops is easy to do. Yeah, they're not perfect. They're afraid to be. They have to make it look like they're part of the corruption that the other guys are doing. Otherwise, they'll kill them. Yeah, Serpico. Understandable. Yeah. Yeah. They made a big speech about me when I graduated night school after dropping out. When the courts ordered me to go back and get my diploma. Yeah, Wyoming court, Michigan. They ordered me to go back and get my diploma. And I went to night school. And I was a celebrity. Yeah, I was a celebrity in that night school. And they made a big speech about me at graduation. And they said if anybody ever is a journalist, especially, and they need an abstract opinion, that they were to search me out. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm in a lot of trouble, and I need a lot of help. And there isn't a single thing that you'd be willing to help with. There's nothing I could depend on you for, except for your criticism, which is quite empowering. Yeah, I love the support through the fact that you're paying attention long enough to criticize me. Yeah, I'm not some idiot. Yeah, you know why I give the impression that I'm an idiot to people sometimes? So that they don't feel like fucking idiots themselves. Yeah, so I don't point myself out. Okay, guys naturally recognize me in a room before I even say a word. Ever since I was a little boy. Men don't like me, never have. Yeah, because they can sense my scrutiny as a father. They can sense my superior plane. They can feel it. Okay? All these things that I don't even want. I don't want to do what I'm doing. I've been led to do it. I've been assigned the tasks. Yeah. My path to redemption with my children. My chance to reorganize my family and restructure my family heritage. Get my great-grandpa's farm back. My grandpa's cabin. The houses that they built with their bare hands. Of few of many houses they built in Bay City. This construction business and mechanical inclination, it's in my blood. Yeah. And don't think that your mom's gone. Yeah. Don't think that your mom's gone. I don't have it in my wallet, but I got your mother's identification card. And a ring of hers, a gold ring. I don't know how I got it. I found it at Dave's house. Yeah, your mom's ID card was in his garage. And the gold ring was in a box of trash he was throwing out. With a little bottle of perfume. Yeah, a bottle of Polo. I have that in my possession too. Yeah. Yeah, I have that in my possession too. You know, and the thing with AD changed my life. Yeah, with her support. Even if I never see her again or get a message or pigeon, or she never sends me another pigeon, I'll forever cherish her. Forever. Someday she'll be rewarded. I'm thinking about screwing my kids out of my legacy, leaving everything to her. My book, my children's stories, all my content, everything. That's what I've been thinking. Been thinking about that for quite a while. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I've considered giving it to Julie's daughter, but Julie's daughter won't accept the education I'm offering her to be able to comprehensively and responsibly handle my estate, however great or small it may or may not be. I'm not going to leave it behind to children who don't love me. I'm going to put them in there to where they have, if they participate in the handling and the needs of making that estate function, continuing to publish my book, doing the editing revisions, working with the content, continuing to put it out there, or whatever, you know, they'll be entitled to some of that if they get involved with it. But they're not just going to get some money. They're not just going to liquidate my shit and go drink it up. No. So I got to pick one person as head of the deal, and then add them on as tag-alongs if they express genuine concern. Yeah. But regardless, they will be proud of me, and they will love their father, regardless of where I leave them. Yeah, like this black powder pistol. Yeah. Black powder pistol, 44 caliber. Oh, I'd hate to get hit with this thing. Yeah. I don't need to pull the trigger on it. I'm going to beat you with it. Yeah, it's never been fired. That's $700 right there. It ain't no off-brand junk. It's a Piata, made in Italy. See, I'm not like one of these ghetto boys who thinks he's a man, who, you know, you might say something that could be interpreted, even if it was outright disrespectful or dismissive to me or, you know, insulting to me. I'm not one of these guys who's going to go and, you know, stake you out and damage your car and beat you up and try to get one over on you. No, I'm a grown man. No. I can endure you, see, use my mental faculties. You know. Time and place for everything. First of all, you ain't important enough to hurt. Yeah, you got nothing. You got no portfolio. You've done nothing that is important or big crime. You're not your value. I would actually get a charge for taking advantage of somebody who ain't that smart. Yeah. Aggravated assault, go to your house like the cops do and get you riled to the point of aggravation, and then you know, get a mutual combat. Mutual combat's legal. Yeah, you can have mutual combat in the street. You see, what's going on in life is the ship in America is being abandoned by the captain and the officers, and all the people are being abandoned. Yeah. And that lawlessness and, you know, hand-to-hand combat, legalized letting that go and stuff, you know, it's all part of it, you know. They're leaving the country behind to the slave issue that they created. Yeah, that's what's going on. All the guys with money, they're moving out now. It's like when you move in a neighborhood and then all the people who have no respect for the community come and they dump down the neighborhood and to ruin it, and then you just move away and find a new place to live because it's so pigged up. Yeah, that's what happened to America. Don't fuck with me. I'm a psychic. I'm a visionary. I'm a clairvoyant. I'm an intuitive. Yeah, I'm the jester. Yeah, you have no idea what you're in for. You'll be dead before, but you'll see it. Yeah, you'll probably be dead before the big deal happens. You mark your calendar, 5 years. 5 years. Okay? I was shown visions. I was told things. I was spoken to by divinity. Yeah, they showed me a map, meteorological map of the northeast portion of the United States, And it was all these high numbers. And I registered it, but I didn't understand what it was. I hadn't processed the lesson. And then I was shown a vision of ticks. And within 12 hours the next morning, I began finding ticks. Yeah, 10 ticks, 1 tick for 10 days. Yeah. And then I was also told about the war. I was shown the war. Yeah, I was shown things that I can't tell you about. I was spoken to. I was told they're going to come for you. They're going to take you away, but no harm will come to you. And the very next day they did. They came and took me away. Yeah, so I'm begging you to consider these things. Yeah. Other than that, I don't care if you live or die, because I've already been rewarded. All I have to do is keep doing what I'm doing. And that's the funny thing is I don't even know what I'm doing. But whatever it is, it's part of something very big. And without my rehabilitating myself and becoming who and what I am now, and applying all the things that I was taught all those years of my life, now it's all coming together and making sense. I've been prepared for battle, and this is it. Yeah. Yeah, so all that time, you know, High Times Magazine was part of it. High Times Magazine was part of the programming. Yeah, and all that time we spent trying to figure out how to make a new bowl and get the resin out of our pipes. All these guys were, you know, passing bills and creating laws and manipulating us. Yeah, and then we watch the news and think we knew something. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. And the problem I have is, you're not competent or intelligent enough to recognize that I got stone soup going, and you might have a bag of carrots in the fridge to put in there. But you're not willing to do the work. You're not willing to read the book. You're not willing to interpret the sentence. You're not willing to open a dictionary and see what the word means and the different contexts it can be used. You're not willing to do any of that. But you're going to go to your grave blaming the world because your dad was an alcoholic and your mom was a whore, so you say. Yeah, that just makes you a loser. How do you want to die? That's the question. How do you want to die? And that's what I used to ask the crack addicts when I was strung out killing myself. And I was going out of my way to care for them. And I would ask them, I said, is this how you want to die? I'm making history right now. And you're so fucking stupid, you can't see that and want to be a part of it. This is your chance. This is your big chance to do something important with your life. I'm offering people that aren't even worthy of the offer to be a part of something huge. If you want to be famous, you have to create a controversy. And that's exactly what I've done without that intention. I went to college for this. Yes, I did. Yeah. I studied massage. I studied introduction to music technologies, band management, copyright, patent, publishing law. Yeah, first use rights. So, and here's the thing. You know, all my content I've created, I wanted to be a famous musician when I was a kid. I wanted to be on TV. I wanted my parents' attention. Yeah, that was the thing, is my mother didn't love me, and I wanted my mother's love. And I thought, well, you know, watching Lawrence Welk and seeing Elvis and the Beatles, and they're always in front of TV. Well, man, if I could, you know, if I get famous and get a famous band, you know, I'll have my mother's love. Yeah, I wanted to be those guys who were sitting in the high school grandstands, and the guys were coming out and they're introducing the new basketball players for the year and their mothers and things. And they'd come out, and the basketball player would, you know, come when they'd introduce, announce who they are, and the kid would give the mother a bouquet of roses. I wanted to do Yeah, I wanted to do that. You know, in essence, Freudian, in a Freudian scope of things, everything I'm doing is simply for the love. Yeah, I don't want to be a famous musician anymore. No, I don't. Because I don't want to be part of the media circus that they've used against us to poison us. I want to see communities focus on their local talent and what they have and shut out the world and have their happiness in their little town. And I want that to become a viral thing. And the next thing you know, the world is happy and we finally have that utopia. And people will be working in the landfills with a smile on their face. Yeah. People will be working in the landfills with a smile on their face. Yeah. When I was a little boy in a crib, my mom always had the radio on. And there was, my favorite song was, I loved Neil Young and a couple other things. There was a band called America, and America was one of my favorite bands. They had a song and it was called Horse with No Name. Yeah, it's called Horse with No Name. And I thought about it one day. I had it in my head, and I got the big idea. Well, I'll go live and try to play the song and embarrass myself. And it came out of me like magic. And here it is. Every time I do a show, I deliver messages. The words are provided to me. I don't rehearse for this. I don't write these things out. And then I pick up the guitar and I prove my spirit with the song, little did I realize. Just like it says in the book of Ezekiel. Yeah, when people get up, you know, you deliver a message and then you prove the spirit with a song and play an instrument. And then the people get up, and when you're gone, and it's too late to acknowledge them, they realize we were in the presence of a prophet. Yeah, like that Forrest Gump thing. We're sitting next to a millionaire the whole time. Yeah, I'm Forrest Gump. Yeah, but you don't want to give me any piece of that. You don't want to give me any credit for anything. You must want to give me something because you're in the group, unless you got a gossip fest with a bunch of other chatty Cathys. Yeah. Acknowledging myself and who I am and coming to terms with my own person was a huge step in my recovery, in my mental aptitude, my ability to be healed away from the mentality that's poisoning you. In order to begin your journey, you have to shut the world out. You have to leave the world behind. Yeah. That's what this divinity told me. See, this Mad Zack radio thing, it's my own church. Yeah, my business name at the bank is Someone Unlimited. I don't think I ever was put to a task by you that I couldn't complete. I'm the guy that figures things out. How to do it fast, how to do it efficiently, how to do it good quality, how to do it not get hurt. But working my ass off for you filled my lungs up full of sawdust. And now the chambers are all closed off and made new ones. Because you never told me about the importance of caring about myself. You didn't father me anyway. Yeah, you taught me how to do the trade to make you money. Mocking the speed merchants at the same time. You taught me a lot. High quality work. Nobody can match my work. At anything. Paint, flooring. I cut a piece of flooring in so tight, you'll think it's already tucked under the base. I'm a teacher. And guys hate me because they can't measure up. I built a hickory fireplace mantle for Bob Smith. $2,500 mantle. He puts it in the house. He says it's beautiful. Everybody loves it. For the model house. And he didn't have any intention of continuing to keep me working. He's just using me for the moment. Abusing me, taking advantage of my alcoholism, the cheap labor. And he says to me, he says, you know how much I got for that? And I said, no, how much? He said, like $350. And I lost it. I said, $350? I said, that was a $2,000 mantle. He says, yeah, it's beautiful. But now, I have to reproduce that throughout the development. Yeah, and he can't do it. Because I'm King Arthur. Yeah. Same thing. Same equivalence. Count of Monte Cristo. That's me. Building my ship in my head all those years locked away in isolation in the prison to stay sane, to break out, find out who my true friends were, seek my revenge. You should be thanking me for the 2-year display I've created. People should be sending me fan letters and shit. But I hardly ever get a comment out of anybody. And that's fine, I understand 3-second attention spans. Which again proves me as a father. Giving without ever receiving. Giving because it has to be done. I'm the giver. Forever. Anybody ever ask me for anything, any help, I always help. When a man asks for help, he needs it. Men don't ask for help until it's too late. Because they ain't got sense enough to know when to ask for help. When a real man asks for help, he's desperate. He needs it. And you help him. That's brotherly love. I didn't burn the eggs. Yeah, the last word in that song voicing was America. That was an awesome song performance, if I don't mind saying so myself. Very proud of having made that recording. Yeah, everything I've done is stuff that never existed ever before. And I made it happen because I sacrificed my daily alcohol wants. Yeah, I made a decision, a choice. my whole studio, everything I have to share with you guys, everything in it, all creation that you witnessed grow right before your eyes, like a seed planted in a garden. You watched it before your eyes. You can't deny. It's obvious. Yeah. Trying to help heal people. Yeah. And I don't want anything. No, I don't. I'm gonna go sit down and eat my omelet. Feed Riley. Me and Riley are gonna eat this omelet. I'm gonna review the show and see if I got any issues in there where I need to protect my ass. Yeah. Being slow, you know, who cares? I'm crazy on Mad Zack, trying to change the world with a song. And I can't do it alone. That's why we got the SS Bluesilingus and the Mad Zack Radio Fan Club with the crew. Yeah. And I hope we're making a difference. See you guys.